Good morning, student. 10th class chemistry, chapter 6, part 2, electrolytic cell or voltameter. A non-conducting vessel containing two electrodes immersed in a solution of electrolytes used to bring about a chemical reaction. Electrolytic cell requires an outside source of electricity to initiate the movement of ions between two electrodes where the chemical change takes place. It converts electrical energy into chemical energy. Here we have an example of electrolytic cell or a voltameter. Electrochemical cell. It is a device used to convert chemical energy into electrical energy. Example, simple voltaic cell or Daniell cell. Electrodes, two metal plates or wires or graphite rod or gas carbon rod immersed in the electrolyte through which the current enters and leaves the electrolytic cell are called electrodes. Electrodes used to provide the current to the electrolytic solution. Anode and cathode are the two types of electrodes. The electrodes connected to the positive terminal of the battery, cathode, electrode connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Here, cathode become negative electrode by which electron enter the electrolyte, and the anode become a positive electrode by which the electron leaves the electrolyte. Here, the electrodes that is anode ADD, that is anode is here positive, as we know cathode is negative, cation is positive and anion is negative. So here we know the concept, that is CCN AA concept. Difference between anode and cathode. Here we are talking about the electrodes. This is positive electrode, this is negative electrode. Anion migrate toward anode and cation migrate toward cathode. It is an oxidizing electrode. Oxidization takes place at anode. It is reducing electrode. Reduction takes place at cathode. Ions. The atom or a group of atoms which carry a positive or a negative charge are called ions. Ions are of two types, cation and anion. So, cation, a positive charge ion, anion, a negatively charged ion. Cation migrate toward the cathode and anion migrate toward the anode. Cation gain electron from the cathode and get reduced to become a neutral atom. Anion loses electron to anode and get oxidized to become a neutral atom. Example is given here. Oxidization is a process in which atom or ion loses electron. So oxidization is a process, and in this process ion or atom loses electrons. Example is given here. Zinc is a metal, it is atom. You are losing two electrons and forming the positive ion called as cation by losing two electrons. We can see here plus 2 charge, it means it loses its 2 electrons. Next here, sulfur. Here minus 2 showing that it is having a negative charge here. So it is a negative charge, and here this negative charge is losing 2 electrons is loses from this ion, and now it becomes a simple element called sulfur, or you can say atom, sulfur atom. Oxidation is defined as a chemical process which involves addition of oxygen and removal of hydrogen. Here addition of oxygen takes place. Carbon plus O2 will give you carbon dioxide. Magnesium plus O2 will give you magnesium oxide. So here what is happening? Addition of oxygen. Here removing of hydrogen, H2S and chlorine. So hydrogen sulfide is reacting with the chlorine molecule. Here hydrogen is removing from H2S. From H2S, H2 is removing. So here we are getting HCl and simple here sulfur as an atom. Oxidizing agent is the one which oxidizes the substance by providing oxygen and removing hydrogen. So three type of oxidizing agents are there: solid, liquid and gaseous. Examples are given here. Next we see reduction. Reduction is a process in which the atom or ion gain electron. Here gaining process takes place in reduction. This is a copper ion. By gaining 2 electrons, it converts into a copper atom. This is ion, this is atom. So here positive ion get converted into atom. Here this is atom, sulfur is atom, gaining 2 electrons and becoming a negative charge ion. Reduction is a process in which there is a removal of oxygen and addition of hydrogen. Here we are removing the oxygen from here. Copper oxide, oxygen is removed. Copper now is separated and hydrogen is reacting with the oxygen and forming the water. Chlorine, in addition of hydrogen, chlorine is reacting with the hydrogen sulfide. Here we are getting the hydrogen chloride. Here addition of hydrogen in chlorine, so hydrogen chloride form and sulfur atom remain alone. Reducing agent providing hydrogen and removing oxygen is the main work of reducing agent. Some examples are there of reducing agent: solid, liquid and gaseous examples are there. So just one by one see the example. Carbon, metals, metal like zinc, aluminium, copper. In liquid, hydrogen peroxide, hydrogen bromide. Gaseous, hydrogen sulfide, carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide.